no, you don't do that. Leave him alone. So I buy your suggestion that we should not close door completely on our political class for those who will genuinely come back, not those who will play. But no, if you come and say, oh, I've seen that you are doing well, you are right, I have been wrong, we will say, okay, we welcome back to your
we get your
you
back.
are one of us.
We get your back.
We get your, yes, my brother. Yes. We cannot close door and say you are flying, you are outside. But if you continue to sell our interest and sell our people and you keep mute when they kill us, and your only interest is pushing one post to other, one ministerial post to other, governor, senator, then we know you're not for us. So there is always, what you said last is correct. Oh, Sister Demma, we will welcome them back because they know that we have been right. Nnamdi Kanu, our leader, has been right. IPOB has been right. It is good when the wind comes so that people will know that the Reverend Father wears the trousers, not only Sultan. You know what I mean? So they should know now. Coming to what you asked, why our political class behaving the way they are behaving? You see, they are some of them are veritable vigilance extraordinaire. They are so selfish. They are being used as willing tools or useful idiots. They are being stooge for the caliphate, and for what reason? Only for their interest. Somebody like Ojo Carlo, somebody like Dave Umahi, Hope Uzodimma, Ken Nnamdi. These people, they are only whatever the Fulani APC have done the last 8 years. They don't want to know what they are angling now. Ken Nnamdi said it to our people, please let's support Tinubu to move forward. Move forward to where? Who told you we are moving forward in Nigeria? We are seeking for Biafra, for God's sake. So these are the people who are selling our interest. You see, they want to perpetuate APC just for their selfish and the stomach infrastructure interest. Before IPOB came, what this type of people do is anybody that raises their head, they will snub that person. They will nip him from the board. They will eliminate that person. They will kill that person. And that is what they wanted to do to our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. After the first meeting they had with him in Enugu, they know the stance. He gave them a list of what they should do so that we start dialogue with Nigeria. They say we have to take out this man. And then Nyago and Co. indicted the Nigerian army and acquiesced to the plan of Fulani to eliminate our leader in order to end the IPOB. But as God would have it, their plan didn't work. This thing is what they know, and our elders in our midst down there know that's what they do. They are used to killing anybody who says that what is happening to our people is not good. So the issue here is that there is also cases of sheer fear. Since these primitive accumulators imposed on Nigerians maintain power by brute force, brigandage, roguery and thuggery, murder and intimidation. So many people don't want to rock the boat. They want to play safe. But whilst they are playing safe, other tribes, other peoples, the caliphate will be taking us for granted. Even the Yoruba, we thought that, or some Yorubas, let's put it right, we thought we can deal with, and now taking us for granted because Omuloko, it's no more a question of national interest. It's not Omuloko, it's my turn. Al-Jizakar is his turn. Tifunubu, it is his turn. So that is what is happening. While you are playing safe and playing to the gallery, your own interest and position in the federation is being withered down and being deleted. So playing safe, in fact, you are not playing safe. You are selling your position. And last but not the least, there's what you can call colonial and neo-colonial slash globalist interest. Now, in that case, I want to ask a rhetorical question. How can the British Prime Minister congratulate Tinubu, whereas they should know, they must know, and indeed they know that the elections were rigged, and at any event, the issue, the case is still in the court. So why should they go ahead and immediately that Fulani INEC make the pronouncement, Rishi Sunak or whatever is the name of the of UK, right to congratulate because they want to maintain the system that keep down the nation, create chaos while they are making the country. So in rounding up, my brother, what we have to do is we continue to tell them we want Biafra. Let our people, our brothers and sisters in the political class come back to the fold. Let our IPOB family members or Biafran-minded people who went astray come back to the fold so that we join hands and restore Biafra. God bless Biafra, my brother. Thank you.
Mazi. Thank you very much. You know, when you look at the Nigeria setting, there is this general, it seems that there is a general consensus by the center, by the Nigeria Caliphate. It seems they call the Igbo elites and tell them, look, your people are highly rebellious, so you need to turn them. Do you see how we take charge of our people here? They always obey, follow. They don't know anything we tell them. They accept. So you need to bend your people to be like our people. You know, sometimes it's what I think and they say yes. Okay, that's why they always arm them in order to brutalize our people. And these political elites, they do nothing. They want to beat us into that state of stupor, which illiteracy they did in the sight of in the mindset of the Fulani, the northern population. You know the northern population, they'll just come, hey, vote for this person. They'll go to mosque and tell them who to vote, and all of them will agree. No person have their own mindset. So I believe that there is a consensus to turn we Biafrans, because for the Fulani, for the north, they took us as rebellious, that we are rebellious. Because I could remember there's one program, former Senator Shehu Sani, he for one interview, I think he's this okay comedian. He asked him, how do you see as a northerner, how do you see we southerners? Just in your own perspective, how do you people see us? He said, we see you people as highly rebellious. You always challenge. So they want to break that our type of character. That is what I think. And our politicians, they agree. They say, okay, we have to bend these people. It doesn't matter what it takes. And how, even if it takes 1 century, we are going to turn everybody into Almajiri. That is why they use force now. Brutal force. Intimidation. Now, that is what I think. But we must continue. I have Mazi Ezekulie, you are back. Before Amam Yene made the line. Mazi, please go on. You have been here since 10 minutes. Mazi Ezekulie, call on, what's up?
Yes, I'm listening to you.
Your voice is crystal clear. There,
thank you. God bless you abundantly. And bless all the lovers of freedom. Bless our great leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, for setting up this radio. The best thing he has done so far is to make the Biafrans to have a voice. At least today, I can be speaking on this platform, Radio Biafra. That is the biggest thing he has done to us. So that from there, we can ventilate our feelings and our voices, the world will hear from here.
Of course.
So, lovers of freedom all over the world, Biafrans, great Biafrans, great Igbos, don't be intimidated. Elohim is working. We will get Biafra. No matter whatever thing they may try to do, we are getting our country, whether they like it or not. Now, let me come to my own, what do I say? Let me come to my own part of my own contribution. Yes. Now, I want to tell us some story now. And I want all Biafrans to listen very carefully to this story I'm going to tell now. I keep this history to myself, and I think it is right time I will bring it out. Now, let us remember that 1979, there was an election that brought in Shehu Shagari with Alexei Kweme as Onyibo, as his vice. Let us not forget. I know some of the Biafrans listening now, it's about 43 years this thing happened. Some of you may be maybe 39 years or 30, because almost average Biafrans now is between the age of 50 down. Hardly you see those from 60 that are active. But we are active, even though we participated in the war. But I am very, very active, ready to go to war.
Mazi,
ready to go. Ready to carry my gun.
Mazi, Emma, Kenya, Itetiwaka, Ihere Mezu Okute, Biko, Ekwana ki Ihere Mo Okute Biko.
Now, there's something that happened after Obasanjo, Buhari, Babangida, and all the military generals conspired and overthrew the government of Shehu Shagari. There was a reason on that. It is not as if the politicians were not performing. If you check, all the whole state was competing. They were developing their state. All of them. Kanu, Sokoto, Lagos. Remember, what do you call him? The governor of Lagos State. He was developing his own state.
Latif Jakande, I could remember. I think Latif Jakande.
Jakande, yes, Jakande. He even developed a state called Jakande Estate. So they were competing. Now what happened was that during that time, to show you how the Igbos politicians are so selfish that when they go into politics, they don't have any reason other than to amass wealth for themselves. They are not going into politics for the good of their people. No, not at all. Now, but the Northerners, mainly the Northerners and the Westerners, when they go into politics, they are looking for what that will benefit their own people. Now, Alexei Kweme being
Mazi, come here because this thing now, this thing you are saying now, don't you think that is after the war? Because before the war, when we had regional governments, through federalism, Michael Okpara was developing, our region was developing 2 digits development index.
I know. I know.
Is it not after the war? Go on, please.
I'm coming, Mazi. I know what transpired within the 1960 to 1967 and 1966 January 15 coup. Because the politicians then, regional government was developing. They were like a country on their own. Because remember that each of the region has embassy in all over the world. Remember very well. They have embassies all over. So it's just like a different 4 countries functioning, which Britain did not like at all. And that was the reason why they caused that war, caused that coup, fight that war, sponsored that war, instigated that war, and made sure that they subdued the Igbos. Now that apart. But I want to bring in, because if you remember, the reason why Gowon was overthrown was because he doesn't want to hand over to civilian. He keeps postponing it. But the military and the British, who were persuading him to hand over to civilian for next manipulation, because power was being controlled by Gowon government, because he said, if I hand over to this politician who caused this particular problem we are trying to solve, how will it be? It will be so fast. So they overthrow him. Let me forget that area. I want to deal on the area of Ekwueme, exactly Ekwueme. What Ekwueme did. Ekwueme entered into politics, not having his people at heart. He was vice president. But do you know that it was Shehu Shagari that called Ekwueme and told him, do you know why your people are running out from your place, coming to Lagos and coming there to begin to develop? It is because there is no seaport in your own area. He now asks Ekwueme, I will tell you the person that told me this thing. You'll be surprised. I keep history. I don't forget history. This history is my food. I eat it like food. Every day I'm in YouTube. I search for every information. Now, he asked Ekwueme, why don't we build exactly Tinkan Island Port in Onitsha, so we can reach River Niger from the ocean to Lokoja, and big ship will be passing there, dropping at Onitsha, and it will drop at Lokoja, so that it will be very close to us equally. Alex Ekwueme saw it as a very important project to do. He said, okay, you go to Tinkan Island Port, because that is the biggest port we used to have. Then you go there, you look at it very well, you come to Onitsha, tell me how much it will take you. I will sponsor it. You build exactly Tinkan Island Port at Onitsha, so that your people will stop going to Lagos to go and live. This is what Shehu Shagari, before we start to condemn political Fulani, I am not talking about military Fulanis are different, because the military Fulanis are trained by the Britain, but political Fulanis are different. Now, Alex Ekwueme accepted, went to Tinkan Island Port, study everything, tell Shehu Shagari this is amount that it will take for him to build that very thing, that very particular port, so that after building, then they will continue the dredging. Now, Alex Ekwueme, what did he do? As myopic as he is, as a businessman as he is, as self-centered as he is, as a man with empty brain as he is, because we normally give them big name, Dr. Alex Ekwueme did that, oh, you lying. He went to Onitsha, across the bridge, instead of going towards Obaro, at an axis where he can acquire big land to build that enormous port like Tinkan Island Port. He come across the Niger, the head bridge, across it, where you have a very little land, and build a jetty, very small thing there, with some crane that cannot even carry a bag of pure water. After building it, before 1984 election that will take them to the next tenure. That 1984 election that took place then. 1983 election, sorry. Shehu Shagari came to Onitsha. He slept at Igwe Nemeka, Igwe of Anam. He slept there because that man built a very big, mighty mansions. And Shehu Shagari slept there. In the next morning, to go and commission the so-called Tinkan Island Port that he built. In the convoy of this particular president, he's a good man, with Alex Ekwueme, was Chikobi. If you remember Chikobi.
Chikobi, yes.
Chikobi, the great mathematician, is an Onitsha man. He was with them. Along the line, when they get to head bridge, Shehu Shagari was looking at a massive Tinkan Island port type that the election had built with the money he gave to him. Lo and behold, it was a very small thing. Then he turned to him in the presence of Chikobi and asked him, Alex, is that was? Kai, Alex, is that Tinkan Island was that I asked you to go and build? Alex, I am disappointed with you. I am very, very disappointed with you. But I will commission it. But I am disappointed with you. He went and cut the tape and left that very day. It was Chikobi, may his soul rest in peace, that told me this thing. He came to my office. I saw him standing outside the day I met him, waiting for somebody. I look at him, I don't know him before. I said, this man must be a great man. Why is he standing in the front of my office like that? Let me call this man in. I asked this man, Oga, please, why don't you come inside my office and stay and wait for the person? At least you can be waiting and watching outside. I don't like the way you are standing outside. He laughed. He laughed. He said, young man, you want me to come to your office? I said, come to my office and sit down here. He came in and sit down. And then we were discussing. Because I like to meet, once I saw somebody that matters, I like to befriend that person. I begin to talk with him. He said, we began to go into politics. Immediately, he opened up and told me exactly the problem of an Igbo man. He was the one that told me this story. Alex Ekweme now use this money to go and build Mod Hotel all over the federation. Mod Hotel. That is Igbo man for you, going into politics. After I finish this story, I will not say much. Chikobi, may his soul rest in peace. He told me, he gave me his complimentary.
So, which means he also was annoyed at that, right? That's why he was complaining.
He was mad. He told me that Igbo people are self-centered. They don't know why they go into politics. He even mentioned Nnamdi that Nnamdi went into politics, was building 6 flats all over the country.
Mazi, let me come now. Do you know that this story you told now, it might be part of the reason why Ekweme was imprisoned and Shehu Shagari was on house arrest, and we are complaining. Do you know that? Because they saw the amount of money being looted just for something, and we complain.
That is exactly. You know, as I'm talking to you, I have so many informations. So when people talk and yap, I look at them, I laugh. I have information because I've met people. I was there. I was during the election of 1963. The problem of Azikiwe by removing Eyoita created problem in Calabar. I was born in Calabar. By 1963 election, the song in Calabar then was Amayom Disen Sunday Yobo, okay, Kok Paibok. Amayom Disen Sunday Yobo, okay, Kok Pai. Oh, Amayom Disen Sunday Yobo, okay, Kok Pai. That was the electionary song. 1963 election. Why? What are they singing? If you want to vote for the palm leaf, so that the juju of the okiko is the NCNC symbol. Kokoroko, that NCNC, that is the symbol. If you want to vote for a palm leaf, so that the concoction of okiko will die. You see, if you eat it to go, get to that was the music then. I don't forget this music because I saw thousands and thousands of people, Calabar people, they were moving in the street, they were singing. I now asked my father, why are they? He said Azikiwe had created this problem. That Azikiwe drive away.
You are right.
Professor Eyota, when he went to Lagos, Azikiwe studied in America. When he came back, He ended in Ghana. He didn't even visit Onitsha to make him, to at least to welcome him. He ended up in Ghana, mingling with the Kuruma. Afterward, he came down to Lagos, mingling with the Herbert Macaulay. When Herbert Macaulay died, he took over the mantle of leadership of NCNC. From there, instead of going home to go and establish his political dynasty, he ended up in Western House of Assembly to go and contest election against Awolowo, the Westerner. And then he won through Adeniji Ogunsenya and all the rest of political ignorant people, because they were so sentiment. These are the men of what do you call it? The men of Herbert Macaulay.
Yes,
so they voted for him. But NCNC. But they voted for him. But I want to now ask these people, are you still people so stupid? This man is an Igbo man, and they have a constituency at Enugu. Why don't you go there and contest election for Eastern Assembly? Already the Eastern Assembly people have already, with their own senses, they have decided to pick up Eyoita. Ojukwu was to be picked. Ojukwu said no, he is not educated, so he cannot handle it. Let me be financing, because I'm talking of Sir Louis Ojukwu. Then they picked Eyoita, who is from Riverine. Before, by then, there is even the Emmanuel Endeli, the representative of the Ambazonia, was also there. They picked Eyoita, who is from a Catholic man. But when Zeke now, when they cross-carted Zeke now have no any political platform any longer. They asked him to go home. When he came home to East, the first time of coming there, Moku Gokoye and all the, what you call them, all the whole political within that is then me axis. All of them, they gather, look at that.
Before.
They removed the man who was there before. That was the greatest straw that broke the camel back. And this is the reason why the Emmanuel Endley now called his own people and said, because that thing created a serious problem.
Sorry, Mazi, so that people, our listeners will understand, Emmanuel Endley was the representative of Ambazonia as of that time,
okay.
Isn't it?
Emmanuel Endley. Yes, the name is Emmanuel Endley. I told you, I was there. My voice may be sounding very sharp. I also look sharp. You may not even believe my age. You can't even believe it. Nothing will make you to believe my age. I was there. I don't forget anything. So Emmanuel Endley now become afraid and say, if these people can treat these people like this, maybe we may be in problem. That is what pushed them to go and begin to have a referendum, which now
to join Cameroon.
To join Cameroon.
Mazi, before you continue, because you know, Ezioku na on the Ezioku quarter. Because the problem we are having mostly all I wanna cause here because of selfishness, self-centeredness. Mazi, continue, please. Daniru.
Now, when this thing happened, we become totally isolated. Immediately, Awolowo immediately saw this vacuum, because nature absorbed vacuum. Immediately he saw this vacuum. He starts from Riverine as he begin to give them free education from the cocoa. He begin, because they know Yoruba people knows politics. Hausa people know politics. Fulani people are new in the politics. Let me be honest with you, because remember we have a new Kanu. We have Joseph Taka. Yeah. You remember Joseph Taka? They are the people. Igbos doesn't have politicians. Our people doesn't have politicians. What we have, businessmen who are so self-centered. They don't have the interest of their people. That was why they ranked #1 in selling slaves. Kidnapping slave and selling slave. Best interest. And that was why Portuguese got them with their witchcraft and with all of them, make them stupid. Up to today, they are still suffering the Portuguese witchcraft, our people, because they are so much interested in their own personal ego and interest. So what happened here is that I want to end this particular talk because I don't want people to forget what I'm saying. Because I was there. We are the remnant of the people that knows what really happened. The remnant of the people that knows what really happened. God so kind, He gave me health in abundance, gave me everything that can keep my life in good health. And I worship Him in spirit. I don't go to church. I don't go to church. I worship Chukwokikadiama directly. And anytime I talk to Him, He listens, He do exactly what I ask Him to do because I follow Him. He said, in all thy way, acknowledge Him and He will guide your path. And that is how God works. So our people should try to be mindful of Igbo politicians. They are all businessmen looking for their pocket. They don't have the interest. Look at Ume, that Senator Ume. He was in Africa. He jumped from Africa and joined LP. Now he has won the Drum Senator. This is the man that told us, Nnamdi Kanu, the idiot now will be going to Abuja. He is not going to Abuja for anything. He is going to Abuja to open a very big office where he will now become a godfather. Where people will now travel from here and from back and front to come and meet him in his office. He will not be talking about how to open shopping mall either in Abuja or in Dubai. That is all they are going there for. So we don't have political leaders. The area we understand it. The only man I respect, why I am in this fight, let me be honest with you. I have listened to so many people who came out and talk about Wazirike. When he was talking, I look at him with spiritual eye because I am complete Agu. Remember, Agu, yes. I was born an Agu. Agu. Somewhere, any secret on anywhere and my interest, I will come there and listen to what you are talking. For me, when you are not secret in Ghana, anything is in a web machine, I will come there and listen to what you are talking. Always put on one feeble, one for you won't go cheer. I never go move what we're not. You gotta go. So, what happens is that our politicians are political belly, political infrastructure. That is their stomach infrastructure. That is what they are going to. Look at this man. This man with an open small teeth called P2B. He is going there for his own personal interest. Do you know how much people donated for this election? He opened a fundraising and he did not spend one of his cover. What is holding him now is that the people that donated this money are the people that are holding him up. And he wants to run away. He told them, well, don't go and demonstrate, because you know if anything demonstration, they will catch him. And he don't want to, don't want the hand, because he went there to win election by rigging. Every one of them rigged election. But Tinubu was the fastest. People know the game. You cannot go into Nigeria and every election in the whole world, even here, even in America, don't you see that Trump is still saying that that election was rigged? That means election must be rigged before it becomes anything. So let nobody disturb us about rigging P2B out, because he was also rigging. The obedience was also rigging in their own capacity. And so Tinubu now destroy everybody with automatic and powerful rigging. So let him go and cool his head and forget. People should forget talking about him, because he is going there. After all, he was a governor in Anambra State. I saw him. I know what he did to the Anambra. He pushed the Anambra to go and buy. In fact, he forgot his office and began to campaign for people to go and buy what do you call it? Shares, bank shares. And when people were buying those bank shares, nobody knows that he was the chairman of Fidelity Bank. Nobody knows he was the chairman of this Fidelity Bank. And so people were buying these shares. And some of the guys I know that has money, they come to me and say, Oga, Why don't you join them in buying this share? Look at the big machines you have here. You can sell one of them and then use it to go and buy. I tell them to look. You see that man? I know him very well. All of you will lose your money at the end of this particular journey you have been back. He said, what? I said, have you buy what? He said, he buy 25 million naira worth of share. I said, you have lost that money. At the end of it, or what happened, when shares get up to 31 naira ordinary shares, they conspire among themselves and remove all their dividends, collected all their dividends, bank share collapsed. All of them lost their money. It affected 95% of Igbo businessmen. So this is how they roll. Our politicians are not representing us, they are representing themselves and representing their little village. Look at what do you call this man? The man that runs away. The same day he handed over to what do you call this man? Obiano. The same day he was running to his hometown called Houston. That same day he was caught at the airport. Of course, you know what EFCC will do to him. He will give them their own share. Where they go? Where is our own share? He just give them their own share. And they need him to go. So these people are they are nothing. Forget about
businessmen. Businessmen.
They are businessmen. Thank God for Nnamdi Kanu. I believe in him, and I believe through him God will give. I'm praying for him every blessed morning. Before I talk to anybody, I will pray for him, pray for the struggle, pray for God Almighty to look at the evil Britain have done to us and reward Britain with a great reward. God should reward Britain for what they did to Igbo. Britain is supposed to have apologized to Igbo how they instigated war. We don't want that war. What happened to Akintola or Western Nigeria did not concern any Igbo man. But Britain went and they instigated the whole thing and carried a war of genocide against Igbo. Today, the problem they are now telling the whole world is that Fulani is the problem. Fulani is now the problem of Nigeria. They are still behind it. So forget about Igbo, please, my brother. I think I'll end this one so that people will be able to next time we talk again. Thank you.
We're a living library, honestly. You're a living library. I know it. Caller on direct line, please. Calls are floating like man. Why I left this our veteran. We need to learn. Only our way living library. I'm telling you. So we need to tap and continue tapping. Caller on direct line. Can you hear me? Call on direct line.
Yes.
Mazi, Mazi, please. Sorry for keeping you so long. But go on.
Now, even I've lost some of my thoughts listening to history. I was coming to the to say, but after listening to it, it's going to be places. But anyway, the thing that we know that when it comes to our politicians, all of our politicians, these people were a very stone cold heart. And like you said, previously, it's that yes, but one thing you understand, why we IPO this? All the use but for how are themselves, all the very difficult because you know what? Only one of the when they can hang with this guy, I know what's his name? The governor of the state. Devomai, that was one of his listeners also that even in his dream, that also a man can, with all his heart. So you can imagine to somebody to that kind of mind, whatever. And the game that feeling I just feel that the best like the governors will not be maybe somebody will surrender and come down and then be able to, apologize to what they've done to most of us.
So I just feel like how that they really wronged us. But the issue, due to the pride and the emptiness somewhere in them, they don't want to come and apologize. What are they say? They know what they're doing. How much have they made? What are they do? So come up here because I've lost a lot of thoughts what I want to say. What I go? Come up here, come also
there were. It's very, very pathetic, honestly. Let me call her on signal. Mazi, I think Mazi Joe. Can you hear me? Call on signal.
Yeah, I can hear you, Mazi.
There were. Thank you for being there for going to 23 minutes. There were.
No problem, Mazi. I think the 23 minutes was even it was enough for me tapping a lot from our veteran.
Honestly.
It was like I was in an history class. Mazi, let me shoot on straight. The question you've asked, I hope I'm coming clear, Mazi.
Yes, you are. The whole world is hearing your voice. Go on.
Okay, good. Mazi. Dear Biafrans, I am Mazi Joe Agafe from Regensburg in Bayern in Germany. I am the IPOP deputy coordinator in my city, Regensburg. Mazi, straight ahead, everything that has happened since 1914, after the British were able to, join every part of that contraption together, the British had never forgiven Nnamdi for that 31 years war. It was like an insult to them, just like the insult they got in, and the French got in Haiti, when they defeated Napoleon's army. So the British, they've had this well-planned, orchestrated evil plans against Nnamdi. How did they start? Before 1960, it was repealed. They engineered it. After the independence, 3 years after, they engineered another one of the greatest genocides in the world, where over 4 million people died, especially children and women. I think it has been a joy for them that 31 years that we killed their officers and men, they want to retaliate by making sure that for 31 years that they kill a lot of Nnamdi. Now, they created warrant chiefs. Those warrant chiefs were people that committed atrocities against the land. But the British now saw them as, to use them to control Nnamdi. Now, from then on, we began to have councillors, local government chairmen, and governors. Imagine, Mazi, that a local government chairman will give an Igwe or will be the staff of office. It is a very big shame that such a thing is happening in Igbo land. Now, moving forward, the indirect rule that was being forced down on Nnamdi did not work for the British. But what did they do? They had to put their own people, Igbo people, that will answer to their to their bids. Now they started using these people, allow them to keep money, but they use them as stooges against us, just like they allowed them Azikwe, to steal some money through corruption, and they used it against him, and he couldn't say anything. Now, Azikwe also misfired in his political gimmicks, coming back from America, when he ought to have gone to the east. From Ghana, he went to Lagos to go and contest in the west against Awolowo. Definitely, the Yoruba people should not allow that to happen. How can a stranger come and rule over us? So, in all his political gimmicks, he shot himself in the leg, and all those bullets that he shot himself with touched some other Biafrans in Igbo also.
And when the worst is that when they cannot allow him in Lagos, he now run back. Remember that they have a home. He run back to Enugu.
Yes.
And remove the status quo. That is the cause, the start of this. I am Niger death. I'm not Igbo. This is the start. Our people, we should understand the history. Sometimes when you look at things, you don't blame. Oh, these people, they don't want to be. This man pursued our Amazonian brothers. He made them now to join Cameroon. You know, it's a very big thing. He made them to say, they became afraid and say, if it is how this so-called Igbo people will treat, they are treating their own brother. What of us that I decide, you know, now we need to get out, because before all of us we are the same. The region Enugu was the capital, but this Amazonia today.
Yes.
And there, Mazi, please go on and round up.
Okay. So now, you know, when he did all these political misfortunes, now the fear started. Ibophobia came in. People started looking at us. Are these people like this? How can Azikiwe just come from nowhere and remove Etayo because he wants to be in charge in the east? That was where all the problems started from. And as a historian, when I read all this about him, I was so disappointed that I was totally ashamed. Having studied it in school, you know, read about it, I said, no. I cannot take this man I cannot see him as a serious person at all. So now, Mazi, you know, when we took Mazi Itayo away from the eastern government of Nigeria, from there, he brought himself, you know, politically, he shot himself in the leg, even becoming a Nigerianist, Pan-Africanist. When you at your home is not yet one. You are promoting Nigeria, you are promoting Pan-Africanism. When Igbos are in this area, Igbos, they didn't even know where they stand, but he was promoting it. But he never knew that what he was doing was even like about, you know, setting Igbo up. And all this led to that civil war, to that genocide. What did he contribute during the war? He was jealous of our eternal leader. He was jealous of everything that he was able to achieve. Automatically, he became anti-Biafran. So, Mazi, everything that Azikiwe did as a politician, that is what these present politicians in Igbo land are doing. They learned it from him. And all of them are willing tools. All of them will be in power. Fulanis will encourage them. Chop money, eat money, everything. But at the end, they are waiting for them. Look at the way Obiano disappeared. Obiano disappearing back to America was all arranged. It was arranged. Do your time. Immediately come to Lagos, settle us, then fly. We only heard when they arrested him, but we didn't hear when he flew away.
There were Mazi.
Okay, Mazi.
Thank you very much. Caller on WhatsApp, you are the last caller. Please make it quick, brief as possible. Caller on WhatsApp, please. You are the last caller. Sorry, caller. Mazi Kal. Oh, I'm very sorry. You have been here since 42 minutes. I don't even mean you. I forgot that you are here. Mazi, go on. No, sorry, the other caller was up. Hold on, I will call you. Mazi Carlo, go on, please.
Okay, thank you so much.
43 minutes. My goodness me. Go on, please.
It is what is Mazi Jonathan, because I want to suggest, if it's possible, when you host him, he should be by your side, not to speak like us.
Trust me.
Yes. So because we have to learn a lot, because this music that he sang now, it reminded me of my own community. You know,
most of our people they were born in Akwa Ibom. Even my father, my mom now, she is aged now. Everything that she speaks is sounded like the movie that he sang here. And I want to ask if Papa is also only that is something we call Ekpe in Ohafia. So that is by the way, I'm so much happy to listen to our veteran. It is a very wonderful submission, I must say. And we must host him and put it in our archives because we have to learn. It is not easy to see veterans like this to learn from them. So that is it. Now, Mazi Jonathan, coming to your question from the commencement of this program, my own submission is this: our problem is selfishness, greed, and the okpa. These three things, I don't know what is okpa in English.
Gluttony. Gluttony.
Okpa. Selfishness, greed, and okpa. This is our main problem, and you can link these three things to the to the brain of the black man, like our leader has always said, because this is what these Europeans and the colonialists exploit in the black people. So taking it back, you see that even on today's contemporary days, you see that it is still what is controlling us. Even as we are now talking about Biafra restoration. We are peacefully agitating. We have never killed anybody. We have never been convicted of any crime in any competent court anywhere in the whole world. But you look at it, how many percentage of us are championing or agitating or doing something positive, tangible, to see that this our situation in Nigeria to change so that we will come out of there. So this selfishness plays significant role and this greed, because when we are selfish, we don't have that capability or ability to involve in charity. If you look at the Europeans, they involve in charity, in sacrifice. So lack of selflessness is our problem. The greed that comes to it is that whatever we want to acquire things, people will even be pushing you. You don't go and do this, go and do that, go and do this, go and do that. Your age are doing this. Whereas when we are not freed, our whatever we are trying to accumulate will be all in vain. That is where the greed is. And this one now, in the sense that everything sophisticated, we want to have it instead of championing for our freedom first. I believe this is the reason. It is not only the politicians, even individuals.
It is the individuals that make up the politician. The politician didn't come down from heaven. They are from the people.
Exactly.
So it's a general character. It's a general character.
Exactly. If it is possible for us to understand this as an individual, that our problem is this selfishness, greed, and okpa. If you are very, very learned, you will not even be thinking about properties or land or all this, what you acquire or what the car you buy today. One day I was moving here in Malaysia, one guy saw Malaysian people, they just come out with their car, small boy. This guy telling him, nah, brother, see this car, this guy is carrier. I look at it and say, it's like you just come in. Because car is nothing. Anybody, car is nothing. It's only in Africa. Black people, they see all these things as something, whereas we are enslaved. Why? How can the Europeans stay in Berlin in 1884, 1885 to partition Africa, and they maintain that artificial map that they created since that day till today? Because they are using people's and they are manipulating people's greed. They are manipulating people's selfishness. There is a file that showed that Zeke was even held on this thing because of some money that he collected. They use this money to induce him, which influence him to subjugate us till today. his party, NCNC, supposed to be the prime minister. Then he went and become the figurehead ceremonial president. So it is because the selfishness in him and the greed was manipulated. Everything we see, we want to eat it. We don't look at what is our main pointer problem. Because any day we start it to understand that sacrifice and the selflessness is the only thing that will save us in this our quagmire. Because our problem is too much, my brother. Our problem. Go to anywhere in the whole world. The same problem we face it all over the world. Anywhere you come out, you bring a Nigerian passport. You are already an exhibit. You are condemned. Anywhere they are doing something, you want to go and register. Even if you are a citizen of this place, you want to use the Nigerian passport to go and register. You see that you are cancelled. With ordinary Western Union, you want to use Nigerian passport to go and collect it here. Nigerian passport is a problem. So these things are the things. It's not just politicians. It is individual. How many people are supporting this restoration? How many people are ready to sacrifice? Go to where we are doing meeting. You will see that out of 10 people, maybe 2 people IPOB are doing meeting. 8 people will be Igbo people. They will be walking around. Even they will say, oh, Biafra, they will just pass. Because of to come and they commit just small thing to see our freedom. But all of them, they need this freedom more than you. They go and they really carry the information to come and they ask you. Because they themselves, their hope is on this freedom. But they don't want to sacrifice. That is the problem. Our problem is that we want to invest now and we see the result now. It can never work. People must sacrifice for others to make it so much.
Mazi, is a collective problem. Is a collective problem. Caller on WhatsApp, thank you for holding on, please. You make it as brief as possible. Or this person that talked before you have been there, I forgot him for 42 minutes. Caller on WhatsApp, please go on. Please make it as brief as possible. Please, because I need to close. Caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me? Ndewo, Mazi. Udo drege.
Adịghịrị ebube nze n'ọba. Ọgwụgwụ mgbe eji adịghịrị ebube nze n'ọba. Ọhamadike Nnamdi Kanu ọgaranya ngada. Ọnwa ọkụ emunye na-agba n'ụwa niile. Anọgba agwụ. Biafra enwere ọgwụ ha n'elu ụwa. Ọkụ a nwere ike ịgbacha chacha. Maka na ndị be anyị amaghị ọnụ ọrụ mvu maka na uru evuru anyị ka Jamaica ji na-eme exist ya na Haiti. Ndị be anyị amara ya. Mgbe na-ekele gị Mazi n'uche ị na-ebunye anyị na agbamume ị na-agba anyị ihe anyị na-eme. Ana m ekele gị. Asị mama were go mmụọ ka njọ were go ọkpụkpọ mana njọ ka na-akwa n'ezi iru na asị na-egwu olu na ụfọ na okwu nwere mkpuchi. Olugbo na omume Mazi, olugbo na omume ahịa nwa ha tụrụ ọdụ ya ọ natagwo na onye ọbụla ga-eche aka ka ọ ghọrọ nke ma mma anụ oke n'ọhịa ngwere n'ụlọ. Ekele m nna anyị ukwu bịakwa anyị okwu. Kelee nwunye nwoke ndị ukwu gasịkwara okwu. Ụmụ onye nke kwuru okwu si n'ọgwụ ndị warrant chief mere ajụ ihe niile mere n'elu ụwa. Ndị amekpọ ndị amejala ana. Nweghị ndị amejala ana. Ha mejala ana. O kwesịrị ejide ha amapụghị isi. Onye ọbụla na-edefend warrant chief na o kwesịrị ejide ya amapụ ya isi ozugbo. because of you working. Cha cha cha. Makana mbala woga na kalubu buya mbala wahi. Iwatawa. Ayi na aka n'iru maka na ọ n'iru ka oke nwe na-ama. Anyị akago mma na-abịa na a ga-agbachasị ọkọrọ mmiri. Ogbue. Anyị ka na-abịa. Ọhamadike kwuru si n'ọha anyị nwa ga-eje ikiri Biafra n'ọrụ ọkwụ nyanwa. And o mechagbu ya ọpụta ife. O mechachagbu ya ọpụta ife. Ọpụtagbu ife ọfụma. Onweghị ihe chizie ọrụ anyị nwe ime gịnị? Iwu idozi akwụkwọ anyị. Tinye isi ozigbo n'ụlọ ọgụ ya gawazia. N'iru na-alụkwa ọgụ ya na-aga maka na ọwụ ihe a edozi ka anyị ga na-alụ ọgụ ya. Na-agbachi okike maka onye ya bịa merie. Onye ọbụla tiri isi anyị ekwe ya pịapịa. Onye ọbụla tiri isi anyị ekwe ya pịapịa. Anyị ekwesị ọkụ ile mmadụ anya n'ihu cha. Ọ gwa ajụjụ jụrụ ebe a. Kedu ihe kpatara ndị a ji wee na-emeghe? Ajụjụ jụrụ ebe a nwa bụ nnukwu ajụjụ, ọbụghị obere ajụjụ. Ọ dị nnukwute umiri emi. Ọ bụ mmadụ niile ga-abịanwu n'igwe ekwu ebe a bịaza ahịa. Lọtagwa maka na ajụjụ a achọba achọpụta nchọnchọ. O nwere ihe ndị be anyị na-ekwu, nwere ime okwu ndị be anyị na-ekwusịrị na achọba achọpụta nchọnchọ. Ịghọtagwa? So onye abịakwa ịchọpụta ya nwere nkịta. Ịghọtagwa? Na ya akụwa ya bụ isi mmụọ. Ọ bụ ofu ahụ evuru anyị bụ ya bụ mbụ. Ofu ahụ evuru anyị emerikara anyị ihe. O wee okwu ndị yi awọrọ ya. O wee na-atụ ndị yi awọrọ ya awọrọ ofu na be anyị. O nwere ndị yi awọrọ ya ọhụrụ ma anya mara taa. O nwere ndị yi awọrọ ya. Ụta ka ọ dụkwa ndị yi awọrọ nke ndị mishọn. Nke n'ụwa ọ naga ha bụ odo n'isi ya ma mba ka ha ma anịkwe nwa ha nke ha nọcha n'isi ya. Ọnwa nwụrụ ka ihe ahụ efu nnukwute ụdọ ka ọnwụ dịrị aja ọnnukwute ụdọ anyị atọfụ. Ọnwụ na-atọfụghị ya anyị atọfụrịrị ya. Iwu ka ọnwụ na anyị atọfụ ya kama a na-atọfụ ya ihe dị bụ ofu emere n'ụwa. N'ọbụrụ nke koloni onye nwaka ha jizi kịta onye ka Peter Obi fụtara ka ọ bịa gbagherie ihe ọ na-agbagheri. Ekene m nnukwu nna anyị na o vufutegwu ihe niile ụfọdụ obele ka o wepụtara. Ịghọtagwo? Obele ka o wepụta egosi ha ka ndị be anyị fụ. So n'ọbụ ihe na-atọ n'ụwa uru ahụ evuru anyị ka anyị esi wee mebi na kpọọ onye anyị wee nwee andụ ihe ga-eme anya wuo wudo n'obi anyị bụ na anyị nwere onwe anyị. Ọ bụ na anyị nwere onwe anyị ga-eme anyị enwe wudo n'obi wee chefuo onye wuhu anwa maka na anyị agba mbọ je chọpụta ebe ndị be anyị nọ ebe ọgwụ na ha nọ anyị achọpụta ha ncha niile manụ ha ọgwụcha ahụ ntaramahụhụ anyị ga-enye ha. Nke ndị ụka ụda ha ga-eji nwa mechie ya bụ ihe na be anyị. Ndị nwunye ya na-emeri onwe ha mana be anyị emechie maka na anyị ejighị ihe koloni wee gaa. Ntaramahụhụ anyị ga-ata ndị ụwa bụ na anyị ga-emechi ga azụ kpamkpam. Ụmụnne anyị tụrụ ya ma ha tụghị ya iwu ka ọ bụ.
Thank you very much. And callers, and I know the way calls are flowing. Hey, I know. I want to close this program because I have another meeting to attend immediately, honestly speaking. Otherwise, I would have allowed because I see people are calling. The phone is buzzing. But I will not pick any other calls. I think we will continue this conversation. It's a conversation. We will continue. Because that is from there we understand our problems. Do you see just the revelation, the little revelation of Kwemes. Sometimes we act out of ignorance. That is why we need to have knowledge of history. What happened if this Mazi, our veteran, didn't reveal this type of thing? We wouldn't have known, and we will be fighting for him. Oh, he did. Okay, Kweme is no more. But had it been he dredged that Onisha, today it would have removed the. You see, one thing, one sin, brings another. All is like cobweb, connected. The selfishness of one person. Where is he eating the money of the hotel today? Maybe that hotel now, sometimes maybe some of his children, this one have diverted this one, the other one have the but building infrastructure for a people. Had it been on Nisha was being dredged, people will not be dying in Lagos. People that have been killed or that were killed will not have been killed because, first of all, they would not have been there in the first place in order to do business. Maybe they will be doing their business in our land. JJ, their main importation through our ports. But do you see how selfishness destroys a people? We will continue. I will invite this our veteran. I've been programming it right from the first day I heard his voice. I said no. Oji is a living library, so we need to tap. Thank you for listening. Please, people are still calling, but I beg you, do not call again. I will not pick. I'm closing. Tomorrow is another day. We continue in this discussion because we will never stop debating. The best thing that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did for us as a people is the establishment of this platform where we can vent out and debate, because our voice was not heard anywhere before. We couldn't talk. Where will you call? You call a Chinese television and start talking, they cut you off. You cannot talk. You have to be politically correct. You have to talk as a slave that they program you to be. But when you talk like the same way we are talking here, they cut you off. You don't dare it. That is the highest thing. For mental sanitation first. That is the first thing meant for you. For us to restore a sanitized, developed, advancing nation, we will first of all advance our mentality. That is one thing. Without advancing our mentality, we are going nowhere. If we want to Biafra come, it will be a quagmire. Because our leaders started by trying to let us change the way we reason. That is the most important thing. This stomach infrastructure that we are. Because when we talk about our politicians, it's from the people. Look at people in IPOB. What is happening? People can, because of their personal interest, they try to sell the struggle. They try to destroy. They try to set up. They try all, matters for them is just let us go, is our thing, is his own thing, his selfish interest that matters. Our leader changed the status quo by telling people, making people understand that there are Igbos that can sacrifice for our collectivity. Something others cannot do. That is why the governors, the southeastern governors plan to kill him immediately. When they had that meeting, I think 2017, with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and they saw that this man, you cannot buy him. They tried to bribe him. He said no. They said this man want to put shame to us. So he want to prove. He said okay. So you want to prove us that we are not getting it right. Okay, let's see now. They invited Python Dams 1, to kill him. Because they want to convince him to be in their come on now, come on now, welcome to the club. We are all the same. Happy got these people in our fight. You will fight. And Ojo Okalo went to Kuje prison that time and said, oh Enyi, happy guy here in our fight. I have fight to go for Igbo. You will die for nothing. Because they don't understand the importance of sacrifice. Everything for them is business. That is why even the Fulani, they know them. In Kunle and Alhaji, phone call, book the phone call. Alhaji said, we know these Igbo politicians. We know they are all businessmen. They are not politicians. We know them. Their support is nothing to us. So because we know that they are businessmen, they are doing things only for themselves. Nothing. They know them. People that cannot represent their own people, the interests of their own people, how do you think that they can represent interests of another person? They will be playing only lip service. They know. So, but we must continue. Thank you for listening. Biafra is our religion. Biafra is who we are. Tomorrow is another day. People that are calling, please, I beg I apologize. I will not take any other call. Tomorrow is another day. We will continue in this debate or this discussion. From me, from here, Mazi, Jonathan, Chinedu, people are still calling. Let me off everything, please. From me, from here, it is simply